Maaliwalas na araw sa inyong lahat. Good day, everyone. This is Sonia Mendoza, your host for today. Our episode is entitled Mindfulness to Cope with Career Transition. We are lucky to have a speaker who worked with us for many years at the De La Salle University and for few years at DLSU College of St. Benil. She remains to be very productive, and until now, she leads a career association at Taiwan. Let me give you some more of her experience. She was the pioneer of career guidance counseling service in Taiwan. She was the senior consultant and executive coach at Aspire Academy. Also a senior consultant and executive coach in the industry, and remains to be a faculty at the psychology department of Suzhou University in Taipei. Currently, she is the Taiwan representative to the Asia Pacific Career Development Association. And we are very lucky that we remain active, and who was nominated to be in the board again. But now she chose to be working full-time for her services, not only as a faculty, but also a very important consultant in the industry. At present, she is the Chief Executive Officer of Global Career System and a career coach and consultant at Seek and Find Company. She is the consultant, which is very fitting for her talk now at Taiwan Mindfulness Center. She is one of the board of directors of two more associations in Taiwan in line with career development and consulting. She is with Chinese Human Resource Management Association too. Our dear viewers, without much ado, we would like to welcome Miss Anne R.L. Shem. Hello, Anne. Maaliwalas na araw.
Hi, nice to see old friend Sonia. It is really my pleasure to share with you how to apply the mindfulness to cope with the career transition, especially during this hard time. How are you, everybody, in this afternoon? And I know everybody is in a different kind of feelings with yourself, because you may encounter some of the physical or psychological pressure with yourself, especially during the COVID-19. Well, this is a very good opportunity to share with all of you what we have been control the COVID-19 in Taiwan. Although before I have worked at the De La Salle University, but currently I am here working in Taiwan. I'd like to share with you some of the updates in Taiwan right now. Well, as of October 9, 2020, we have the accumulated COVID-19 cases, that is 527 cases, but 435 are from abroad. In other words, only 92 are local cases. With this kind of prevention, the Japan Newsweek have ranked the Taiwan as the best practice in controlling COVID-19. Well, there are four major principles underpinning the Taiwan success of COVID-19. I'd like to share with all of you, my Filipino friends. Number one is the prudent action done by government and also very rapid response. As you can see in the picture, that everybody are required to wear the mask. And because of this one, we do it as early as possible during the January. And every news, we also have a very transparent news broadcast and to let everybody to know what is the COVID-19 about, how it will affect everybody. So as of now, we can wear the face mask and that we can go freely to travel, to go to the public transportation. But if no face mask, everybody will be fined for 5,000 US dollars and will not allow to take the transportation. So this is the situation here right now. And because of doing this, well, the Taiwan government, especially the Central Academic Command Center, CECC, have announced the daily press every day since the January. Actually, that in Taiwan, we found the 7 cases in Wuhan on December 31, back to the 2019. That's on December 31. And immediately, Taiwan informed the WTO and the China CDC immediately. And we also take a very quick action. So we started to have our border quarantine and the mobilize of healthcare system, and also start to have in the broadcast to educate everybody should have the personal hygiene and keep social distance, and also the economic relief and stimulus actions. Well, and since Taiwan is one of the ICT islands, in other words, we use a lot of information system. So we apply the ICT and the AI to facilitate the border control and the contact tracking, and also the home quarantine. For example, if someone comes from abroad, for example, recently we have friends, we have these visitors come from Philippines to Taiwan, and then they are immediately required to have the home quarantine. And within these 2 weeks, the government will have the people to track his whether he get out of the house or not. And because of this is very important, because everybody have to remain stay at home to keep himself and also others safe. And also we have this name-based face mask, so that people can use our medical ID card and then to buy the face mask every 2 weeks. And well, in this way, including the small kids, we have the small size for the kids to wear. Well, we are happy to say that as of now, we do not have city lockdown, and well, we still can move around. And however, the COVID-19 still impact some of the business in Taiwan. For example, like hotels, restaurants, and the airlines, the tools and some of the retails and also some of the companies. And well, some of the shortage of the materials or, you know, some of the goods cannot be delivered. In fact, the COVID-19 also impact a lot to some of the business. Well, for during COVID-19, here are also some of the new opportunities. Well, for example, we started people to think about how are we going to have the zero contact economics. For example, that we can go shopping or order food by in Google or in website or in app, and the food can be delivered. And or there's like zero distance innovation, and then some of the medical services can be done through the website. And the hospitals, they also provide some more information so that people can ask the Q&A in the website. And there are more and more innovation medical services. We call it e-health is going on. Nevertheless, all of this, but still that's create a lot of impact to some of the people, because some of the companies, they may have this shut down some of the companies, and some of them because of the slowdown of the business, they have to merge. And then some of the companies, some of the employees, they may stay at home not to work, but really they lost their job. Well, these are also the real situation happen in some part of the Taiwan. So here I'd like to share with you that during this very tough time, how are we going to deal with our career or our job? First, I'd like to share with you what is about the career change. Actually, the definition of the career change is the external changes in our life that happen to us. For example, the company all of a sudden they have the reorg, and then we have the two departments then merge to one department, or two position becomes only one vacancy, or even that the company, they have to shut down and so on. Or even some of the positive one, for example, you move to a new house, or you get a new part-time job, or that you have a new relationship with someone. All of this, we consider this is career change. Because career, this is a lifelong span concept, which will affect us in a lifelong time. But when we talk about the career transition, this is not as just simple as just change a job. That is a more of internal shift inside us. For example, that we may lose our job, but at the same time, we may also worry about what about my future? What about my self-image? What about my plan? What about my family? All of this, it will impact to us. And then this is so-called as a internal shift, because we may have a lot of emotions and a lot of worries, and we may have a lot of angers. But nevertheless, especially during this COVID-19 period, everybody, not only in the Philippines, in Taiwan, in USA, in Europe, many people are facing the career transition. So, well, during this period, the COVID-19 is still going on, still threaten a lot of people's health. So at this time, I would like to share with you that how can we help ourselves in facing this kind of changes, this kind of stress. The most important part is how are we going to hold ourselves as a whole. In other words, we have to ask ourselves, what happened to our inner mind, to our self? There are so many things happen outside the external world. We cannot control and we cannot change it out of our hand. But what we can do is that we have this mind. The mind is not just a thinking, but more of your internal self. So I like to take this opportunity to share with you what is the mindfulness. Well, the mindfulness is the basic human ability to be present. For example, right now you are listening, you are watching. Well, you put all your attention to this wonderful program. That is, you pay attention. You are being here. You put yourself here. You are not just watching this TV, and at the same time, you are also doing your mobile, or you are watching some other news. That is not mindfulness, because you are doing too many things at one time. You don't put all your attentions not being with yourself. Well, mindfulness is aware of where I am right now. I'm right now here sitting down with you to share with you, and we are trying to do the things or learn things together. Well, this is not overreactive or overwhelmed by what's around us. Never mind the noise, never mind the others, but we just concentrate, be with ourselves at the present. Actually, the present, this word is also a gift. The gift to ourselves is be with ourselves. Well, this mindfulness is, well, actually is founded by Dr. Kabat-Zinn in 1979. This is already 41 years. Dr. Kabat-Zinn, well, he is a MIT professor, and he also have been to Taiwan. And then in Taiwan, we also have this MBSR, the mindfulness-based stress reduction for a lot of people. For example, like for the students, for the doctors, for the nurses, for the teachers, even for the business industry. Because this is very important for us to know when we are facing the stress, sometimes we are out of our mind. In other words, our mind have this part that is the emotion part. And then if we are under stress, a lot of negative thinking or emotions or angers or sadness or even depression will keep on moving and going around and then to absorb us. Well, this is the part will affect our prefrontal cortex. What that is the part for our decision making. Well, this is also the part for our learning something new, or even to remember, to have the good memory. So in other words, Dr. Kabat-Zinn, he himself has founded this one, and this also have been scientifically well by certified by a lot of professors, a lot of medical people, and they found out through the neuroscience have shown the mindfulness is the best way to reduce our stress. Well, once he mentioned about mindfulness is the awareness that arises from our paying attention, where on purpose, in the present moment, and non-judgmental. Well, this is not so easy, because at the same time, while we are watching TV or we see somebody, sometimes we feel that I don't like him, and then immediately my mind already have some judgment. I already have some negative thought about this person. And then although this person is greeting to me, saying something nice word to me, but my ears are not open, because my mind is still keep on repeating the last unpleasant experiences with the person. So in other words, if we want to have mindfulness, this is not just a one-time practice. This is a lifelong practice, but it is easy, because it's easy in such a way that we have to know when we have the how are we going to let our emotions not to be bind ourselves, not to like the masking tape, or not like the stickers to stick us together. All the negative feelings, if we keep on repeating, keep on thinking of the 10 years ago that he said something bad to me. And then, well, last time when we have the meeting, then he say some negative to me, or that my friends, well, maybe he did not invite me to his birthday party. Well, some of all these small things, then we may keep on repeating and repeating, or even the parents and the children, that we may have this misunderstanding. We do not have this take a lot of things for granted, and then all of these things will keep our mind a lot of stress, and then all these worries, stress, and or even including that we are lack of the money to pay our bills, to pay our rentals. Well, all of this will day and night will cause you anxiety, and which will let you have the headaches. So, well, I don't know whether recently you have encountered headaches or insomnia.
Thank you, Anne, for what you have shared so far. It is good to listen to you. First, I was struck with how things are going in Taiwan, which is also similar to our country. Having stayed with us for so many years until you went back to Taiwan, you know the culture of the Filipinos. The Filipinos are really eager to tempt for themselves and provide for their families. But given these sad circumstances, many are realistically worried and anxious about first losing their job, threatened to lose it, thinking of their security, facing the risk of, things like getting into COVID cases. And so there are a lot of things to consider and worried that are driving them to consider maybe changing careers. And what you have given us so far is something good, that it is not enough to focus only on relaxing or stress management, like watching TV or video or exercising or anything that can help them relax for the meantime. But your introduction of mindfulness that was shared with us by Dr. Kabat-Zinn, and which has been proven by many professors that this will be helpful, can be considered a valuable tool that we counselors, teachers, and even family members may consider using. And let us remember our students before, who were very eager college students to start working. Some of them are really affected by the pandemic. As you have said, like hotels are closed, many hotels have closed, the tourism is down, restaurants are not open, very few, and yet they have to retrench, they have to let go many employees, and definitely this will give them some fears. And because we are also equipped with something that we can share with them, we have invited you to share more. So, are you ready to talk about mindfulness to cope with this career transition? Go.
Okay, sure. This is really a tough time for everybody. And as you have mentioned, the students, they have no classes, but they still need to study because they miss their classmates. They miss the school times. But for the employees, well, they worry about their jobs. Okay, because if no jobs, how can they feed all the family? Well, all this kind of stress, all this kind of worries, this is also killing our inner self, because we are as a whole, we are one person. In other words, our negative emotions will impact to our health. For example, if you keep on worry, if you keep on complaining, or you keep on blaming, well, the situation is not going to change. The COVID-19 is not going away. We got to face it and accept it. Yes. Mm-hmm. So here are some of the tips, share with the friends in the Philippines. Number one is how to cope with the career transition. Number one is that we have to understand that I am not my thought. Okay, in other words, if I feel bad, I'm not a bad person. Okay, if I feel worried, that I'm just worried about the situation, or I just worry about how can I get another job. But I am not as bad, or I'm not so rowdy as a person. So the most important is to be aware of our emotions. And we just look at our emotions as the third party. Oh, I know that I feel bad right now, but what can I do next? So the next one is that be present with yourself. So my dear friends, if you are watching this program right now, I would like to invite you to do a small practice with me. For example, you can find a place to sit down and have your 2 feet on the floor. And right now, you can have 1 feet, 1 hand at your tummy. Well, can you see me? 1 hand in your tummy. Okay, and then you can have this deep breathing. For example, when you are inhale, your tummy will be out. And when you exhale, your tummy will be in. So you can feel that the inhale and exhale, the movement of your tummy, the up and down. Okay, so let's try to practice it. Okay, have your left hand on your tummy. Okay, and then you do not have to watch at me. You can close your eyes and feel about, just feel yourself. Feel the breathing with yourself. Okay, let's do it. Practice it together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do it once more. Be aware of your tummy and your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. By doing this, my friend, you can feel your emotion is slowly calm down. Because usually we take breathing just very lightly, like this. It's only in the chest. But if we take the deep breathing down to our tummy, we will have more fresh air in, and which will calm our nerves down. And then right now, you can use your right hand in front of your nose. Okay, let's do it. Practice it. Okay, inhale, exhale. Then what have you noticed? We inhale maybe the cool air or the hot air because of the air con. And when we exhale, because we can feel the heat from our body. Okay, let's do it 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do it with your eyes closed. Inhale, exhale. You can do it. Just concentrate your own breathing. Put your mind on your breathing. The air in and out from your body and nose. Just keep on breathing. Okay, right now you can put down your hands and open your eyes. How are you, my friend?
Okay.
Yeah, how do you feel? Sonia, is your mind with you?
Oh, do you know that every time, especially when I started driving in the
Yes.
city, it was stressful. You know how traffic is. But whenever I use kind of tool, a breathing exercise, a good quality of breathing is really helpful. Just like what we have done.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, because we are bringing ourselves into ourselves. We
Yes,
bring back ourselves to ourselves. Okay. We are not affected by the outside world. We bring ourselves to our inner self. This is through
exactly,
breathing. Yes. But
exactly.
you,
I remember, Anne, earlier you were saying something like it will be best to take a look deep inside and see, process yourself, which is very good. So that given enough time to think of how are we responding to this kind of challenge with our loved ones, it will help us. So that mindfulness will be very helpful also. Aside from other tools using positive psychology, this one is also good, especially when it has been proven by neuroscience.
yes, yes. Actually, I know some of the kindergarten kids, they also practice the breathing by holding hands like this.
Mm,
Okay. And
mm-hmm,
yeah, and then they will count it. Okay.
mm-hmm,
For example, they will say, okay, breathing one, breathing two, three, four, and five. And then by doing all this in the kindergarten, the kids, they will calm down, okay, before they start the class. Actually, I also do this for
mm-hmm.
my college students because right now I'm also still teaching at the Department of Psychology at the Soochow University at Taipei.
Mm.
Well, I also teach the doctors and nurses, okay,
Oh, the
the
front, yes.
mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, during this COVID-19 period, they are so stressful. Some of them, they even do not go home. They stay in the hospital
That's
because
right.
they are afraid to give, might have this disease to transmit to their family. Yeah, actually, they are also people. They are also also have so much stress. So, in other words, these are very simple steps, but it's not easy because a while ago, when I invite you to do the breathing, some of you might experience that your mind is wandering to the last night, the movie, or
Yes.
you might is wonder move to what are you going to do tonight, or you are thinking of somebody, okay, which might be a happy moment or a negative moment. So, who is the master of our mind? Is that me? Not
That's a good
really.
question. So you may
Yes,
proceed, Anne. All right. Thank
yes,
you. Yeah.
yeah. We might our mind is not controlled by ourselves. We need to do the practice, to do the
Yeah.
mindfulness, and then to bring ourselves back so that we can keep ourselves the stress reduction.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Continue. Continue. Thank you.
okay. So then I will share with you another tips that is STOP, stop. As I mentioned a while ago, that we may have a lot of negative thoughts or so many ideas or emotions, keep on coming back. Actually, we are the director of our movie. We have so many, movies, and then we can flashback, and then 10 years ago, or even 2 years or afterwards, or we are thinking, worry about what will happen 5 months afterwards, and so on. Well, actually, there's another good way that can help us. That is STOP. In other words, the STOP that you can apply it very easy as long as you understand the meaning of the STOP. Number one is S. When we have the worries, immediately I will say to myself, stop worrying or stop complaining, stop shouting, stop arguing with people. I will say it to myself, remind to myself. And then the second one, again, take a breath. Just pay attention to the breathing, not pay attention to the other people, not pay attention to the argument, not pay attention to all the negative thoughts, but take a breathing which will bring yourself back. And then O, that means observe your thoughts and emotions. Are you worried, angry, or you are anxious, or you are feel sad? Well, all of this, you just notice, you just be aware that your emotion and thought, but no more judgment. Yes, I know I'm sad. I know, yes, I'm not happy. Yes, I know I worry because I don't have a job, but don't go on and go on. Just
Right.
be aware.
So it's just recognizing. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then the next one, the most important is the P. The P, that is here and now. What is the most important here and now? Then you think of to yourself, calm down, and then ask yourself, what is the most important right now to do? Then you do it. For example, if you will say, it is very important, I will have a fight with him. Is that will be good for both of you? Probably it's not. Probably it might be that it will be good that we can have the win-win situation. So to have the win-win situation, maybe the best one for me to do right now is I step backwards one step, and then to calm down, to think why he is so upset with me, or why I am so unhappy with this kind of conversation. Just think about it, and then try to think of what will be the good things to do right now. Is that continue the arguing, or that try to understand and try to have a smooth talk, saying that, okay, I know you disagree with me, but here is my thought. Or you can say, well, you can tell your loved ones, saying that probably this is not the good timing for us to continue. Let's calm down, and then let's have another talk tomorrow. In that way, you can calm down yourself. And then for the employees, you may say, well, for me right now, well, I know that this is not safe for me to take the jeep, to take the bus, to travel to work. But I also need to keep my health so that I can keep my family as the whole. Then this is the situation I have to accept. But the most important is what I have to do to sharpen my job skill.
Very good.
What can I do for my career? Thinking of the career not is just the current job, because the COVID-19 might last for another 3 months or 6 months. Well, during this period, we can see what will be the best P to proceed. That what can I do for myself to relearn my English or to sharpen my job skill, or that I will take the studies to master my English, to take the TOEIC so that I can get a high score. And then when there is a job opportunity, then I can have a very good record in my biodata.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
yes,
Yes, you are telling us to be prepared because you are never sure. You cannot wait. Just be prepared for yourself. Continue to show off your talents, to enrich further so that you make your chance of getting into a job
yes,
in a more sure way.
yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's
Good.
why
It's a yes.
my third suggestion is take the good in, the
Mm-hmm.
good in, okay, into yourself, into your mind, into your emotion.
Yeah.
For example, um, well, all these days you are locked down, you cannot do anything, you cannot move around. Well, try to take piece of paper, okay, or you can write down the message in your mobile. Try to think of what achievement or what are the good things that have been appreciated by
Yes.
your employees, by
Mm-hmm.
your colleagues before.
Mm-hmm.
Write down all these, because these are very important evidence in your job interview. Your job
Yes.
interview is not just write down that I am, customer service. I'm just an assistant, or I'm just a sales manager. Well, this is just the title, but I don't know what are the actual achievement you have done. So this is also a very good time to reflect on yourself, the past
Exactly.
positive things, and to
Yeah.
write it down.
Yeah. You
Writing,
mentioned Anne. You mentioned
yeah,
that's positive psychology of Dr. Martin Seligman.
yes,
This is the time to think of the best way you can grow where you are planted.
yeah. But this is also, we do it in the mindfulness training. We
That's
say
right.
it mindfulness writing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you just concentrate you with yourself, take the breathing, and you focus on the writing. Write down all the positive things about yourself without stopping. Okay, in other words, keep on writing and writing and writing. Let your positive energy flow out from yourself. That is very important. Okay,
Yes.
because outside environment is not positive. It's
Mm-hmm.
not as what we wish, but we can refresh ourselves. So another tips is to refresh our positive relationships with our former employee, or with our co-workers, or with our old friends, classmates. Okay, the positive relationships. Okay, and then another one is we got to know how to make use of our time to empower ourselves. Well, that is very important. I would like to share with you the 1/4 time management. In other words, I don't know how do you do with yourself in these days, because you don't have to go to office. And then when you wake up, okay, you just stare at the ceiling Well, this is another day. How are you going to spend your day? My suggestion is, come on, try to think of, make use of your time into 4 parts. The first part, save some time for yourself. That is to practice the mindfulness breathing. Okay. The second one, the second part, that is to save another 1/4 for your family. Just be with them, not just, when you are being with them, that means you really care for them. You are not just sitting down, but you are watching TV or you are doing your mobile, but you do not talk. There's no interaction. There is no present. There's no feeling. There's no involvement. Okay, so another 1/4, the third one, that is to devote this 1/4 time to master your job skills. Okay, for example, your English, okay, or the sales skills. There are a lot of informations in the website. Okay, then you can do it gradually, day by day, to practice it. Or even you can invite your friend, okay, in WeChat. Okay, let's talk in English. Okay, let's practice it. Okay, or we can do the exercise together. Well, this is to keep yourself update to the job skills, not because of you cannot go to work, then you forgot all the job skills. That will be very sayang. Okay, then the last 4, that is the last part, another 1/4, is to save another 25% of your time for the community, for the barangay, or for the village, small village you are staying on. Well, share your talent with the young kids. For example, you can teach them the math. You can teach them a Bible. You can teach them the English or Tagalog. Well, as the young person, well, all college students, you can do this to help the young kids in the neighborhood. And then you also can show your empathy and care to the community, because this is very important. Once we do not focus too much on our own sufferings or on our own self, then we can be more compassionate, and then we can be a giver. Then we will help the world to become better. For example, like recently, I have a friend, well, because of the COVID-19, then he cannot move around. He have to be grounded at home for 2 weeks. Then he started to write down all the good messages, okay, to each one of us. Wow, how wonderful it is. Okay, and then another friend, well, because he cannot travel around, so before he usually complained that he has no time to stay with the friend. Then right now he can have more time, to rewind his old friendship. So the last one, that is that we can do the DIY to our career development. That is, well, think of who is the master of your life. Am I satisfied with my career or my life right now? If not, then think of 2 years or 3 years from now on. You have to do the career plan. Write down what are the skills that you have to develop, and then go to the website. There are so many free resources. The last one I'd like to share with you that there's a very small village up in the in Hsinchu, that up in the mountain, that is Smart Ghost Village, where they have very poor road and remote forests. Okay, but they develop this committee, and every time all the members in this village, there's around 200 people. They will have this daily meeting, and then to give the work to each one of them, including the kids. The kids can clean, and then the elder one, they can wash the dishes, and the other one, they can help to cook. Where everybody, they work all together in the village. Okay, so well, in that way, as you can see in my photo, they work together, they help each other, they have this strong belief in God, they work hard, they have this very good teamwork, they help each other, and then nowadays they have changed their poverty, and then they have upgraded their education. This is a very good example. And another old story, that is the stone soup. Perhaps you have heard about this. Okay, the last one is that we got to prepare for the post-epidemic era. In other words, the number one is still to keep safe and healthy and avoid rush decision making, because this will not be good. And the third one is to rethink differently about the target setting and performance. Think of the team-based target, okay? And also, for the companies, we may think of how to redesign the job, and then how can we work collectively together, and then build the trust among each other. And then we still need to continue to learn and to upgrade our job skills. Hopefully that we can do the mindfulness everywhere, not just with our mind full of a lot of negative things. So last one is, I do hope through this sharing that everybody can be aware, can reduce your stress and be mindfulness. May you, all of you, have good health and happiness. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Anne. You have given us really very good ideas and tips on how we can cope with this kind of challenge that all of us in the whole world are really facing and have to face in a very positive way. Your mindfulness, ideas, and how to do it, you have demonstrated it very well. Really wonderful. Our cup is overflowing with very nice way of facing this kind of pandemic. So we shall have you again in the future. Uh, your presentation now is deeply appreciated. So thank you very much, Anne.
Okay, last one is, this is the book. If you like, you can Google it. Okay, Coming to Our Senses. This is written by Dr. Kabat-Zinn. Okay, I think you can get a English one. This is very thick. Okay. Okay, so, enjoy learning. Bye-bye.
Thank you again. Maaliwalas na araw.